guys, take a look where we're at. Here's our doors after we've all the glue's dried and everything. They open up real nice and easy. They don't catch on anything. And we've got our gear there. Really all we need to do is just attach our air cylinders, which we'll do in another video, but what I've been working on today is our little control module here. Here's our two servos and everything, and I'll show you how I built that, or what it looks like. I haven't glued it in place yet, but this is the basic control module for one side. This one will control the aileron on the, I guess this would be the right side, and this one controls the elevator on the right side. So that's that. Basically, if you look at it, it's just a couple pieces of ply that are, they come pre-cut to these shapes, obviously. But anyway, and it fits inside the fuselage. And you can kind of see the torque rod there for the aileron. It just fits up in there like that. And the servos go on a L bracket, so it makes it easy if you need to swap out a servo. You can see I've just got it attached in there, one screw on each side. I can probably put in a second set of screws, but that thing's solid. And if you look, you can see how it goes in there. Kind of zoom in a little bit. So basically, I just need to make sure that that fits well and everything, and then just need to, I'll kind of epoxy it in on the inside, like right there and right there, but then I'll use high sol on the rest of it overnight. So I'll kind of temporarily fix it in there with 30-minute epoxy, and then I'll get the high sol in there so that it's not going anywhere. But anyway, so from the, you can see how that goes from the rear servo back this direction, and then actually connects to this this rod here. That actually doesn't go like that, but there we go. And there'll be a control rod that connects that. So then you can see there's a real short distance between the servo and the aileron torque rod. So anyway, grab that out here. So how did we build this? It seems like it was just yesterday. Okay, the first thing I did was flip the airplane upside down. Then I took the two plywood pieces, S1 and S2. I don't remember which one is which, but they look quite different, so it's pretty easy to figure out. Okay, this is where our servo tray is going to go, and first thing we're going to do is take our S1 and S2, and we're going to put them together. Alright, and the strange thing in this flashback is that I'll be doing the opposite side. Ooh, Twilight Zone kind of stuff here. Alright, so anyways, once you've got it just put together just temporarily here, it's just being held together with friction. We're going to go ahead and put it inside. Just like that. And we want to line it up so that the top edge is flush with the lip here across the top there. And then we want to push down that bottom piece until it touches the bottom. Also, you want to run that torque rod through here and then into the hole on that side to get everything lined up right. So once we do that, I'll meet you at the next step. Okay, once I was satisfied with the layout here, I applied a little bit of CA just to temporarily hold it before we epoxy. Alright, then once I had my epoxy mixed up, I applied a bead on the inside edge This would be the bottom of the servo mount. Alright, then we're going to take our finger and just make a nice neat bead all the way down there. And I've got just a little bit more epoxy left, so I will put some on this edge. Right here. Alright, so that's how we glued that together. Okay, the next thing I did was I put the little rubber servo things onto the servo, and I'm using these to kind of like make just to center where I'm going to need the holes. Use these little L brackets here, and there's a L brackets here. And you use the shorter side of the L bracket is what mounts to the servo. So once you have these little rubber things on, I just lined the servo up, laid it on a flat surface, and pushed down, and then that way the bottom of the L bracket lines up, and I drilled the holes and mounted the screws. Okay, then I mounted the L brackets onto the servo. Just like that. That's what it should look like. And I only put one hole. I'm going to see how that works out and make sure there's no movement. But on each of the brackets, there's like a, I don't know if it's how they mold the bracket, but there was just a little circle right where I put the screw holes. So hopefully you can see that, but kind of see, even though it's a little blurry there, but there's a little circle. I just drilled right into that for the drill hole. So the very last step that I needed to do is I just cut some scrap. I think it was supposed to come with some plywood that fit down in there, but I just set the two servos in there. From where this hole is here, you want to make sure that the servo arm are back this way on both of them, but I just glued some some of these little strips I made from some of the harder wood, and mounted them onto the bracket, and that's all we needed to do to make our little servo tray for our aileron and our elevator. So that's that. And this is your final result. So the very last step is basically just to glue it into the fuselage. Not a lot to show there, just line it up just like I was saying before, where this top edge here will line up with this edge of the fuselage. So need to buy 2 more servos in order to finish that, so that probably won't be for a little while, but it's the exact same process of doing this side. Okay, and here's what we look like once everything's glued in. I just used epoxy for right now, and then I'll do some high sol for the final. So anyways, and when we look inside here, that's how it looks. And here's right side up how it looks. So anyhow, looks really good. Everything looks nice and straight. We'll get that high soled in, and we're good to go. So as soon as I get those other 2 servos, I'll do the other side. I'm not going to show you that because everything's pretty much exactly the same, but anyway, I think we did pretty good. On to the next step.